Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the September month. The session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. Also students, if you are new to our channel, do subscribe to us. We are one-stop solution for current affairs that will be very beneficial in your competitive exams, and we make sure to upload our daily current affairs video 5 a.m. in the morning on daily basis. Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code Vikas10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Next, which of the following central public sector enterprise not recently has granted the Navratna status? So which of them have not been granted the Navratna status? It is Central Electronics Limited. So rest, Railtel Corporation of India, Solar Energy Corporation of India, National Hydroelectric Power Corporation of India and Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited, they all has been granted the status here of Navratna. Which bank recently launched Giga, that is a comprehensive financial suite designed specifically for gig workers and freelancers? So Giga, this was developed by or launched by HDFC Bank. Right, this Giga, this is a business debit card that will provide accelerated cashback and personal accident death cover of up to 10 lakh rupees. Next, who has been recently reappointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Central Depository Service Limited of India? Nehal Vora, appointed as MD and CEO of CDSL. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Director General of CISF, Central Industrial Security Forces? So, Rajvinder Singh Bhatti. He has been appointed as the Director General of CISF. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Anish Dayal Singh. Next, which airline has recently received foreign direct investment approval from Government of India for the proposed merger of Vistara with Air India Limited? It is Singapore Airlines. Right? Singapore Airlines received the approval from Government of India for foreign direct investment with Air India Limited, and once completed, this merger will be one of the world's largest airline group. Also, the flight code for Vistara will change from UK to AI. Next, name India's first indigenously developed pollution control vessel of Indian Coast Guard that recently launched at the event that was held in Goa Shipyard Limited. So what is the name of that pollution control vessel? It is Samudra Pratap. Right? This is the first indigenously built PCV. Apart from this, this was the first. If we are talking about the second, it is GSL Yard 1267. Right? Take a note of this. And this Samudra Pratap, it will be dealing with oil spills. And Yard 1267, this will be dealing with the maritime environment, pollution in the maritime environment. Next, in India, in August, India launched its first survey of high-risk glacial lakes in the Tuang and Dibang Valley of Dash. So this Tuang and Dibang Valley, they are in Arunachal Pradesh, and India has launched the first ever high-risk glacial lake survey in this state. This will evaluate the geo coordinates, boundaries, elevation, and other land patterns to install early warning systems and weather stations. Which of the following points are correct with respect to National Conference of District Judiciary held in New Delhi on 31st of August? If we look at the options, option A and C are right, B is wrong. B saying PM also unveiled 75 rupees coin which is made up of pure gold with a diameter of 44 millimeter and weighs around 75 grams. Is it correct? Remember, this is 44 millimeter 75 rupees coin, but it is not of 75 grams, it is of 40 grams. Now option B is right. Next, name the project that was recently launched by Indian Army to provide support and services to defense pensioners, veterans and their families. The project name is Naman. Right? This will provide support and various services to the defense pensioners, veterans and their family members. Next, which organization has adopted a framework document on the climate and sustainable development in its climate agenda in modern conditions forum held in Russia on 29th and 30th of August 2024? It will be BRICS bloc. This framework will cover various aspects of climate action that includes mitigation, adaptation, carbon markets, finance, science and business involvement. Next, which ministry has recently issued 6 new regulations that are related to the investors in PPF, Sukanya Smriddhi Yojana or other small saving schemes? So, which ministry has released these 6 new regulations? It is Ministry of Finance. Next, which organization has recently signed an airframer contract with Safal Helicopter Engines Private Limited to develop and supply a helicopter engine named Aravali. So this Aravali is named after the hills that are in the north part of the India or in the middle in next to the Delhi NCR region. It starts from there and it goes till the Rajasthan part. Then which organization has released this or signed this airframer contract with Safal Helicopters? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and they will be developing these high power engines by the name Aravali. And they will be used in Indian multi-role helicopter and deck-based multi-role helicopters that are both designed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited only. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to 5th edition of the Global FinTech Fest held in Mumbai, Maharashtra from 28th of August to 30th of August? If we look at those options here now, which among the following are rightly mentioned? It is option A and option C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that Geo Financial Service Limited, that is an NBFC, has become the first NBFC to implement National Payment Corporation of India's eKYC Setu status. Is it correct? Is it so? No. Remember, this is not Geo Financial Service Limited. The first NBFC that became to implement this NPCI's eKYC Setu status, it is your HDBFS. That is your HDB Financial Service Limited. They became the first NBFC. Next, according to Securities Exchange Board of India revised guidelines, the average daily delivery value of stocks in the cash market in the previous 6 months must be a minimum of 35 crore rupees. Next, which of the following is not among the winners of the 66th edition of the Raman Magsaysay Award? This Raman Magsaysay Award is given in the field of what and who recently won it? So first of all, see who won this. It was won by Ravi Kannan. Correct? Ravi Kannan, mark this. He won this award recently. And if we talk about him, Ravi Kannan, remember, he is the winner of the 66th edition of Raman Magsaysay Award. Then this Raman Magsaysay Award is also known as the highest honor of Asia. This award is also known as the Nobel Prize of Asia. Right? And in this 50,000 rupees or 50,000 US dollar, a citation and medallion is given as a cash prize. So among them, Ravi Kannan is not the winners. I correct myself. I must have said that he is the winner. He is among not the winners of the 66th edition of the Raman Magsaysay Award. Apart from this, Mizayaki Hayo, Farviza Farhan, Karma Pushonto and Nyukthi Nongfong. These are the 4 winners, but Ravi Kannan is not among the winners. I correct myself again. Next, who has recently been presented with the Olympic Order in Gold for his support to the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So, Emmanuel Macron, right? He is the president of France and he was honored with the Olympic Order in Gold for his support for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games and the smooth running of these games. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Deputy Chief of Air Staff of the Indian Air Force. So Tejinder Singh, he has been appointed as the Deputy Chief of Air Staff of the Indian Air Force. He replaced whom? He replaced Air Marshal Ashutosh Dikshit. Apart from this, remember Tejinder Singh, he has been awarded with Vayu Sena Medal in 2007 and Ati Vashish Sena Medal in 2022. Next, which of the following are correct with respect to the proposals approved by Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 2nd September? If we look at the options, option A and B are right, C is wrong. C is saying setting up the 4th semiconductor unit under the India Semiconductor Mission in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Is it correct? So no, this is not the 4th, but this is the 5th semiconductor unit that has been set up under India Semiconductor Mission and it is being set up at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. See, the Gujarat is also known as the manufacturing hub for semiconductors. Next, what was the outlay of AgriSure fund that was launched by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare? What is this AgriSure? Agri Fund for Startups and Rural Enterprises. So for startups in the agriculture sector and the enterprises there, correct, small businessmen, for them a fund was established by the name AgriSure. This fund was worth 750 crore rupees. Correct, take a note of this. So apart from this, also remember Shivraj Singh Chauhan, he launched this fund AgriSure as well as a Krishi Nivesh. This portal was also launched, correct, for making agriculture investments, you can say, right? So 750 crore rupees AgriSure fund was this. Next, name that bilateral naval exercise between India and France that was held in the Mediterranean Sea from 2nd to 4th of September 2024. If we name the exercise, it is exercise Varuna. In this, P-8I aircraft of the Indian Navy took part in this exercise. This was held from 2nd to 4th of September. And this is the 21st edition, this is the 22nd edition of this exercise that was held. And if we talk about the 21st edition, it was held last year in 2023. Next, one more thing, from Indian side, it is INS Vikrant that took part in this exercise, as well as INS Tabar. Next, the President of India, Draupadi Murmu ma'am, has sanctioned the Dash Law Commission of India for 3-year terms from 1st September to 31st of August 2027. So this is the 23rd Law Commission of India that has been recently sanctioned by the President of India, right? And this commission will have a full-time chairperson, and apart from this, 5 part-time members will be there. First Law Commission of India was established in 1955 and it was for 3 years. As this is the 23rd Law Commission, if I ask you who is the chairperson of the 22nd Law Commission, so Justice retired Rituraj Avasthi was the chairperson of the 22nd Law Commission of India. Next, to whom the President of India has delegated the powers to constitute and appoint members of any authority, board, commission or statutory body under any law enacted by the Parliament applicable to the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi. So it will be given to the Lieutenant Governor, as it is a union territory, hence Lieutenant Governor, otherwise it will be a governor, right? So under the Article 239, what does this states? That the Constitution has related to the administration of the union territories, and here President has given the power to Lieutenant Governor to appoint any authority, board or commission or statutory body that comes under any law enacted by the Parliament, and they can appoint any person also to that committee or that body. Next, which insurance company has launched India's first Braille insurance policy named Special Care Gold, designed to provide the needs of persons with disabilities? So it is Star Health and Allied Insurance Company Limited. Any person aged between 18 to 65 years of age can avail this policy. And the policy offers a 1 year term with individual cover option of 4 lakh and 5 lakh rupees also. Next, which day is annually observed as National Teachers Day across India? It is 5th of September, that is observed as National Teachers Day. It is observed on the birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna awardee Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, that is Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. He was the first Vice President of India and the second President of our India. And the first time it was observed in 1962, the Teachers' Day. Name the blockchain technology stack that was recently launched by Ministry of Electronics Information and Technology to provide blockchain as a service with geographically distributed infrastructure. It is Vishwasya. Right? This framework is aimed at promoting research and application development to enhance transparency, security, and efficiency in digital service delivery. Then here only remember NBF Lite, Pramanik, and National Blockchain Portal. These are the things that has been launched during this, or this has been launched by whom? By S. Krishnan, the Secretary of MEITY. Next, name the India's first fashion forecasting initiative that was launched by Union Minister Giriraj Singh, our Union Minister of Textiles. The name of that is Visionext, right? This is first fashion forecasting initiative that will be predicting the India's forecast of culture or wearing style, the fashion style, correct, based on the India's culture and so on. Because we know in today's world all these forecasts are done for the Western cultures, Western organization or other foreign countries. So also to make sure in India that we follow the trends, the fashion that are coming from the local India only, right? That means from within in India only. For this, India's first AI and emotional intelligence enabled fashion forecasting initiative has been launched by the name Visionext. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Brunei, Darussalam and Singapore on 3rd to 5th of September? If we look at the options here, option A and option C are right, B is wrong. B saying MOU signed between India and Singapore on cooperation in the operation of telemetry, tracking and telecommand station for satellite and launch vehicles. Is it correct? So no, here this MOU has been signed with which country? So it has been signed between India and Brunei. Correct, India and Brunei. Next, who is the chairperson of the Secretary formed 22 members advisory committee by SEBI to streamline the rules for listing obligations and disclosures? So Rama Subramaniam Gandhi, right? He is the chairperson of a 22 member advisory committee that will streamline the rules for listing obligations and disclosures. Next, who has been recently appointed as the new Prime Minister of France? So Michael Barnier, he has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of France and he will be succeeding Gabriel Attal. Next, who was recently recommended for the position of Managing Director of SBI by FSIB? Who was appointed or who was recently recommended? Rama Mohan Rao Amara. He was recommended for the post of Managing Director of SBI by FSIB. Which organization has recently signed a letter of intent with the Ministry of Panchayati Raj to collaborate on strengthening systems and engaging communities for social change? Which is that organization? It is United Nations Children's Fund. Correct. This partnership aims to establish the institutional level systems for effective communications among the Ministry of Elected Representatives of Panchayati Raj. This will empower the rural communities for making better informed decisions and also improve the delivery of the services there. Next, which initiative was recently virtually launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi with an outlay of 27 crore rupees in Surat, Gujarat to focus on water conservation and community participation? What is the name of that initiative? It is Jal Sanchay Jan Bhagidari Initiative. This initiative includes the construction of 24,800 rainwater harvesting structures across Gujarat. And this Jal Sanchay Jal Bhagidari, it aims to address water shortages by constructing the rainwater harvesting structures in critical areas. Also, this is aligning with the objectives of National Water Mission. Also, apart from this, remember our India, with only 4% of the world's fresh water, faces severe water scarcity. Next, which organization has recently organized the 2-day first International Solar Festival, which was virtually addressed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi? So it was launched by International Solar Alliance. Right option is option 2. It is a joint venture between India and France that was established in 2015. Where is the headquarter? Gurugram, Haryana. Who is the project director here or managing director for this International Solar Alliance? Ajay Mathur. Next, which country has recently authorized to become the new member of BRICS New Development Bank? Which is that country? It is Algeria. Correct. And apart from this, remember, this was during a meeting of the BRICS countries. That was the 9th annual meeting of the National Development Bank that was held in South Africa. And this meeting was based on theme that is investing in a sustainable future. Next, who among the following is not featured on the Time 100 most influential people in artificial intelligence 2024 list? So Akshit Bansal, he is the individual who is not listed here. So Sundar Pichai, Anil Kapoor, Ashwini Vaishnav and Satya Nadella. These are the 4 individuals who are listed on this list. Which of the following has recently become the first major Indian bank to join the partnership for carbon accounting financials? So which of the following has recently become the first major Indian bank to join PCAF, that is Partnership for Carbon Accounting Financials? It is Union Bank of India. This is an important question and do remember this. This PCAF, this is an organization basically that looks into the financials of the company, correct? And it looks up among the greenhouse gas emission reports of those organizations in which the multiple investors will be investing. Right, and further, if the report is good, that means they are creating less pollution and hence the companies and the investors can invest more and provide more loans to that particular organizations. Next, in September, India successfully launched Agni 4 missile from the integrated test range in Chandipur, Odisha. And Agni 4 belongs to which type of missile? So this Agni 4, remember, this is a intermediate range ballistic missile, IRBM, intermediate range ballistic missile. It was Agni 4, right? It was tested where? In ITR Chandipur, that is in Odisha, and this is the 4th missile of the Agni series. It is developed and designed by which organization? It is designed and developed by DRDO. It is a surface to surface missile, right? And it has a range of almost 4,000 kilometers, and it is also capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Next, which shipbuilding company has recently launched 2 indigenous designed and constructed anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft that are named Indian Naval Ship Malpe and Indian Naval Ship Mulki? So they have been designed and developed by Cochin Shipyard Limited. They are anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft ships and they are INS Malpe and INS Mulki. These are the 2 one and they have been developed by Cochin Shipyard Limited. If we talk about the 4th one, it is Indian INS Malpe and the 5th one is INS Mulki. Next, who has recently won the men's single title at the US Open title? Right, so in the US Open, the men's title was won by Jannik Sinner. If we talk about Jannik Sinner, he is from Italy. Right, he is the world's #1 tennis player and he has won the US Open title. If we talk about the women's single title, right? Women's single title was won by Arna Seblenka, right? She's also world's #1 in women's category. And Anina Seblenka, she is from Belarus and she has won the women's single title here. Next, name the military exercise between India and United States of America that has recently commenced at the Foreign Training Node in Rajasthan. What is the name of that exercise? It is Yuddha Abhyas, right? It began at the Foreign Training Node that is in the Mahajan Field Firing Range of Rajasthan. This exercise is held between which 2 countries? It is held between our India and United States of America. Correct. Then remember, this was the 20th edition of this exercise. Correct, it was held in Rajasthan. And if we talk about the 19th edition of this exercise, it was held in Alaska, USA. Alaska, USA. Next, in which year Pradhan Mantri Kisan Mandhan Yojana scheme was launched? So this scheme was launched in 2019 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was launched in Jharkhand. This scheme was administered by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. This scheme is basically for the individuals who are between 18 to 40 years of age, and under this scheme they will be contributing between 55 to 200 rupees per month, and this will be a basically to provide them pension when they turn 60 years of age. So as per the age between this criteria, they will be investing the amount here, and they will be getting 3000 rupees per month when they turn 60 years of age. So this fund or this type of pension will be managed by LIC. Next, which defense company has recently signed a contract worth 26,000 crore rupees with Ministry of Defense for procurement of 240 AL-31 FP aero engines for Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet of the Indian Air Force? So which is the defense company? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The defense contract is worth 26,000 crore rupees, and this will be for the procurement of 240 aero engines. And these aero engines will be used where? They will be used in Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet. Correct. Next thing, remember, these aero engines, they will be manufactured where? They will be manufactured in the Koraput district. Where is this Koraput district? It is in the state of Odisha. Which country has recently become the 101st country to join International Solar Alliance? So it was Nepal. Paraguay, it was 100th country to join International Solar Alliance, and Nepal was 101st country to join International Solar Alliance. Next, which organization has recently introduced partnerships for accelerated innovation and research, that is PAIR, that is a multi-institutional initiative to boost research in higher education institutions. That means an institution that is a well equipped, having multiple technologies that can do research and development, they can partner with smaller institutions that can help them to also gain momentum in the research and development. So this is your PAIR initiative. Correct question asked is, which organization has introduced this PAIR initiative? It was introduced by Anusandhan National Research Foundation, and recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi, correct, chaired the India's first meeting of this governing body of ANRF. Where was this held? At his residence in New Delhi. This was the first initiative, PAIR. Apart from PAIR, one more initiative was launched here, that is MAHA initiative, that is Mission for Advancement in High Impact Area. This is a mission mode program that will accelerate research in key strategic and particular emerging areas. Say for example, in today's world it is machine learning, artificial intelligence, drone technology, space sector, and so on. Next, name the country where the Indian Navy's P-8I aircraft recently reached to participate in the 16th edition of exercise Kakandu. So, which is that country where Indian Navy P-8I aircraft reached to participate in this? It is Australia. Right? More than 3,000 personnels over 32 nations took part in this exercise Kakandu. Next, who will most likely to become the world's first trillionaire by 2027 according to the report of Informa Connect Academy? So, Elon Musk, by 2027 it is expected he will become the first trillionaire. He is increasing his net worth by almost 110% every year. Second trillionaire that is expected will be from India, Gautam Adani, and he is expected to become a trillionaire in 2028. He is increasing his net worth by almost 123% annually. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the approvals of Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi? If we look at the options, A and B are right, C is wrong. C is saying the proposal for the implementation of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana from FY 26 to FY 30 with an outlay of 70,125 crore rupees has been approved. So is it correct? So everything is right here. It's just remember this Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, it is from FY 26. No, it is from FY 25 till FY 29 with an outlay of 70,125 crore rupees, not FY 26 to FY 30. Now all the options are right. Next, name the award that was recently presented by the President Draupadi Murmu ma'am to 15 nurses and midwives at an event held at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. So, what is that award? National Florence Nightingale Award. Take a note of this. Then remember, National Florence Nightingale Award was instituted in 1973. It was instituted by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Correct? India won dash many medals in the Paris 2024 Paris Paralympic Games and ranked 18th among the 170 participating nations. So India won a total of 29 medals and was secured as 18th position in the medal tally. So which is the country that secured the top position in medal tally? It was China that secured the top position in medal tally. Correct? Next. The Olympic Council of Asia has recently included Yogasana as a demonstration sport in the 2026 Asian Games, which is scheduled to be held in Nagoya, Japan. Correct? And this will be held in 2026 Nagoya, Japan, and OCA has recently included Yogasana as a demonstration sport in it. Which city hosted the second edition of the International Conference on Green Hydrogen? I repeat, second edition of International Conference on Green Hydrogen. So which city hosted it? It was hosted by our New Delhi. Right? Next. Next is, in which year Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana was launched? So it was the year 2020 in which Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana was launched. It was launched by Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairy. Correct? And this year it was the 4th anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Next, name the mobile application that was launched at Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture for the needs for the ornamental fishery sector. See, first remember, this mobile application was developed by these ICAR CIFA. Name of that application is what? It is Rangeen Machli, and with this help of this application will be giving data in multiple languages, that is multilingual data in 8 languages. Also, this will be giving us that how should we breed those fishes, how should we take care of the fishes. Also, it will be giving us the location of aquariums that are in the nearby areas. Next, name the joint exercise that was recently conducted between Indian Air Force and Royal Oman Air Force in Oman. What is the name of that exercise? It is Eastern Bridge. Eastern Bridge, this was the 7th edition of the exercise that was held between Indian Air Force and Royal Oman Air Force. Correct? Take a note of this. And in this, Indian Air Force took part. Apart from this, if we talk about Indian Army, so Al-Naja was the exercise in which Indian Army took part, and this exercise was also held in Oman. Next, name the SpaceX crew mission that has recently led by American billionaire entrepreneur Jared Isaacman. He returned to Earth following the successful completion of the world's private spacewalk. This is important. This spacewalk lasted 1 hour 46 minutes. It was 740 kilometers above the surface of the Earth in the Earth's orbit. And the name of the mission here is Polaris Dawn. This is the mission of SpaceX. Dragon capsule of SpaceX was used here. And to launch this, Falcon 9 rocket of the SpaceX was used. Next, when was Hindi Divas annually observed across India to commemorate the adoption of Hindi as one of the 22 official languages? So 14th of September is observed as Hindi Divas. Which institution has recently notified as a public financial institution by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs under the Section 2 of the Companies Act of 2013? So, which is that institution? That is your National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. That is NABFID. Right? This has been now declared as the public financial institution. Right? This designation of public financial institution to NABFID will help it to finance large infrastructure projects. Right? With the help of this PFI, right, NABFID will be able to finance large infrastructure projects. If we talk about NABFID, it was established in 2021, correct? Next, which city has recently hosted Indian Defence Aviation Expo 2024? So, It is Jodhpur, Rajasthan, right? It hosted Indian Defense Expo, or we can say India Defense Aviation Expo. It was held in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Apart from this, the phase 2 of the exercise, that is Tarang Shakti, was also inaugurated and held in Jodhpur. And who is our defense minister? Rajnath Singh. He inaugurated this defense expo as well as inaugurated this exercise, that is Tarang Shakti. Apart from this, remember in Umroi, Meghalaya, nomadic elephant. This is the name of the exercise that was held between Indian Army and Mongolian Army, and it was held on 16th of July, and it was concluded on 16th of July. And apart from this nomadic elephant, this was the 16th edition of this exercise. Next, who has recently inaugurated Semicon India 2024 at India Expo Mart in Greater Noida, UP? So Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister of India. He is the third consecutive time Prime Minister of our India. This is 18th Lok Sabha, and he inaugurated this Semicon India 2024. Where was this held? It was held at India Expo Mart in Greater Noida, Uttar Pradesh. This Greater Noida, friends, remember, it is one of the most emerging market in today's world. The real estate prices here has also increased a lot, right? Then if we talk about this Semicon India, this was a 3-day long conference that was organized by India Semiconductor Mission in partnership with SEMI. Then there was a theme for this Semicon India that you should remember, that is shaping the semiconductor finance. This is the theme on which this Semicon India was held in Greater Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Which organization partnered with Indian Navy that has conducted the second consecutive flight test of vertical launch short range surface to air missile? This is DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. Correct? DRDO, they have conducted the second consecutive flight test of vertical launch short range surface to air missile along with Indian Navy. Moving on. Name the state-of-the-art Kalvari Submarines Escape Training Facility that recently commissioned by the Indian Navy at INS Satavahana in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So what is the name of it? It is Vinitra. Correct? It is the name of the Vinitra is the Kalvari Submarine Escape Training Facility that was recently commissioned by Indian Navy at INS Satavahana, right? That is in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. It was inaugurated by whom? It was inaugurated by Vice Admiral Rajesh Pedkar, right? And this Vinitra, this is a facility that will help build confidence and provide training to the submariners. Next, name the portal that was recently launched by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to boost India's startup ecosystem. What is the name of that portal? It is Bhaskar. What does Bhaskar stands for? Bharat Startup Knowledge Access Registry. This is your Bhaskar, right? This is a portal. Portal means it is a website that was launched, right? And it was launched by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to help the Indian startup grow. This Bhaskar will be a one-stop digital platform that will help us to provide data. Easy to use connectivity will be there. Better interaction for the startup ecosystem will be there on this platform. Next, GST Council reduced the GST rate on cancer drug. These are the drugs, correct, on which the GST rate has been reduced from what to what. So earlier the GST rate was 12% on these drugs, and now it has been reduced to just 5%. Right, take a note of this. Apart from this, if we talk about savory snacks, on savory snacks, the GST has been reduced from 18 to 12%. On metal scraps, the GST has been reduced from 18% to 12%. But on car seats, the GST has been increased from 18 to 28%. Next, What is the new name of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands capital? Port Blair. Important question. So the new name here is Sir Shri Vijayapuram. Right? This Sri Vijayapuram, it represents India's victory in the freedom struggle, and we know that Andaman Nicobar and Port Blair, it plays a major role in India's development, in India's independence, correct? And now it has been renamed. Apart from this, if you remember, Ross Island, this is an island in Andaman, it was also renamed to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Dweep. And there was a Neil Island also. Neil Island and Havelock Islands of Andaman, they were also renamed. Neil Island was renamed to Shahid Dweep, and Havelock Island was renamed to Swaraj Dweep. Right? Next, which country hosted the BRICS Literature Forum 2024? Just one more thing, these are the names that were renamed earlier, but recently it was Port Blair that has been renamed to Sri Vijayapuram. Next, which country hosted the BRICS Literature Forum? It is Russia that hosted the BRICS Literature Forum. Directly remember it. Next, which country hosted the G20 Agriculture Ministers Meet from 12th to 14th of September? It is Brazil that hosted the G20 Agriculture Ministers Meet from 12th to 14th of September 2024. Next, which railway station has been recently awarded the non-suburban Group 1 status by the Ministry of Railways? It is Vijayawada Junction Railway Station. It has been recently awarded with the NSG 01 status by the Ministry of Railways, and this status is given to those stations where the annual revenue is more than 500 crore rupees, or the number of passengers that are visiting that station is more than 20 lakh passengers per annum. So either of these criteria is full or satisfied, then that station is awarded with this NSG1 status, and it is Vijayawada Junction Railway Station. And where is this station located? It is in Vijayawada, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Which Indian company has been recognized as the #1 India headquartered company in the world Best Companies 2024 list published by Time Magazine and German-based Statista? It is HCL Technologies. Right? It has been recognized as the #1 India headquartered company with the world's best companies 2024 list published by Time Magazine and German-based Statista. Correct? Take a note of this. It is HCL Technologies Limited. And globally, HCL secured 112th position among all the Indian companies. Next, who has been recently appointed as the brand ambassador for the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways? It is Manu Bakar. Right? Manu Bakar, she has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways, and she is the woman who won two bronze medals for India during the Paris Olympic Games. Right? Her sport is shooting, and she is the only Indian woman to secure, or only Indian to secure 2 medals at a given event in Olympics. Next, which country has recently launched Chamran-1 research satellite into orbit by QM-100 satellite carrier? It is which country? It is Iran. Right? This Chamran-1, it is a research satellite that was put into 550 kilometers above the surface of the earth into an orbit, and this is a satellite of Iran. It was launched using QM-100 satellite carrier. Next, India has achieved Tier 1 status in the 5th edition of Global Cybersecurity Index. Which organization has released the GCI 2024 in September 2024? So, it is International Telecommunication Union. They have achieved the Tier 1 status in the 5th edition of the Global Cybersecurity Index, And which organization released this GCI Global Cyber Security Index 2024 in September? It was released by International Telecommunication Union. Moving on, who has been recently elected as the president of the 68th General Conference of International Atomic Energy Agency? So, Sang Wook Ham has been appointed as the president of the 68th General Conference of IAEA. Right? Take a note of this. This conference is scheduled to be held from 16th to 20th of September. And where this will be held? This will be held at the headquarters of IAEA, that is in Vienna, Austria. Vienna, Austria. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Director General of Shastra Seema Bal? Right? So, Amrit Mohan Prasad has been appointed as the Director General of Shastra Seema Bal. He will succeed whom? Amrit Mohan Prasad. He will be succeeding Daljit Singh Chaudhary. Next, which country has won the Asian Championships Trophy 2024 held from 8th to 17th of September at the Moki Hockey Training Base in China? So, which country won the Asian Championship Trophy? It was won by our India. It is for the 5th time that India has won this title. This was the 8th edition of the Asian Championship Hockey that was held in China, in Mongolia, China. Right? Next is, which of the following are correct with respect to the approvals of the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 18th of September? If we look at the options, option A and B are right, C is wrong. C is saying that Chandrayaan 3 mission, which aims to gather and evaluate technologies for returning to Earth following a successful lunar landing and also collect moon samples and analyze them on Earth. Right? Is it correct? Everything is right here. Just remember that it is Chandrayaan 4 mission, not Chandrayaan 3. It is Chandrayaan 4 mission that aims to gather and evaluate the technologies for returning the Earth following a successful lunar landing and also collect the samples there. Next, which country or with which country India has recently signed an extended MOU on maritime time issues? It is with Denmark. Correct? This MOU has been signed between India and Denmark. It was originally signed in 2019. Then it was later revised in 2022. Now the scope of this MOU has been extended. Also, a center of excellence will be established in India to look after the marine ecosystem and also to enhance the marine security, that can also share the knowledge with Denmark and gather their knowledge, also their expertise, so that we can enhance our security. Next, okay, one more thing here. We are talking about Bangladesh here, right? Or remember, Bangladesh became the 5th full-time member of Colombo Security Conclave. Next, name the scheme that was recently launched by Ministry of Finance, which is a saving cum pension scheme for the minors. Name of that scheme is NPS Vatsalya scheme. In this, 1000 rupees will be required to open the account, and then monthly 1000 rupees premium will be paid. Correct? And this is basically for the basically their children. Once they have attained 60 years of age, they can avail the pension here. Right? All the minors who are below 18 years of age are eligible for this scheme. I correct myself, not for 60. When they turn 18, they can avail the pension here with this. Next, which organization has recently received the approval to take over Mahi Banaswara project in Rajasthan and to conduct nuclear power plant in India? Which organization it is? It is Anushakti Vidyut Nigam Limited. Which organization has recently signed 2 MOUs on defense industry cooperation with Emirates Defense Company Council and Edge Group of the United Arab Emirates? So, which organization has signed 2 MOUs? It is Society of Indian Defense Manufacturers. Next, which organization has recently received 2024 United Nations Interagency Task Force Award for its significant multi-sectoral action to the prevention and control of NCDs and mental health? It is Indian Council of Medical Research, that is ICMR, and they have implemented various initiatives that includes the focus of the development on assistive health technologies, sustainable assistive products, and also they conducted world's largest assistive technology survey that provided them with critical data that will act as a database for further researches. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Director General of the Narcotics Control Bureau? So, Anurag Garg, right, has been appointed as the Director General of Narcotics Control Bureau. Anurag Garg, he is a 1993 batch IPS officer of Himachal Pradesh cadre. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Anish Dayal Singh. Next, which state or union territory celebrated the Zaskar festival? It is Ladakh. Next, which of the following are correct with respect to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Jharkhand, Gujarat and Odisha? If we look at the option B and C are right, A is wrong. A is saying PM Modi flagged off 7 state-of-the-art Vande Bharat Express trains in Jharkhand which improve the connectivity of the routes. So is it? No, not 7 but 6 state-of-the-art Vande Bharat Express trains were flagged off in Rajasthan. Next, one more thing you need to remember here, Subhadra scheme. Right, PM Modi launched this Subhadra scheme. This is a flagship scheme for the government of Odisha and it is the largest single women centric scheme that is expected to cover more than 1 crore women there. According to S&P Global report titled India Forward Emerging Perspectives, India is on the track to become the which largest economy in the world by FY31. So according to S&P Global reports, India is expected to become the third largest economy in the world by FY31. Which of the following points are correct with respect to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Maharashtra on 20th of September? If we look at the options, option A and option C is right, B is wrong. B is saying that he laid the foundation stone of PM Mega Integrated Technology Research and Apparel, that is PM Mitra Park in Maharashtra. The government of India has approved setting up of 6 PM Mitra Parks for textile industry. Is it correct? Everything is right here? No. Remember, not 6 but 7 PM Mitra Parks will be established for textile industry. Now all the options are rightly here. Next, which ministry has recently launched the standard operating procedures on White Revolution 2.0 in New Delhi to boost the India's dairy sector? So it is which ministry? It is Ministry of Corporation, right? On 19th of September, Amit Shah, who is our Union Home Minister, he has recently, and he is a Union Minister of Corporation also, he has launched standard operating procedures on White Revolution. White Revolution. This is 2.0 and this is White Revolution is for milk or dairy products. And if you remember who is known as the father of White Revolution, Verghese Kurien. Correct? This will be a 100 days long initiative that will help us to boost the dairy sector of our India. And the target here is to generate more than 1000 lakh liters of milk over the next 5 years. Next is which scheme has recently completed 6 years of successful implementation emerged from the National Health Policy 2017. It is Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Right, it is one of the key components of Ayushman Bharat, that is a flagship scheme of the government of India which emerged from the National Health Policy of 2017 and it has recently completed 6 years of successful implementation. So we can say this National Health Policy, it was also this Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana was launched when? It was launched on 23rd of September in 2018 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Ranchi, Jharkhand. And this scheme is being implemented by National Health Authority that comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. This Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is the largest health assurance scheme in the world. Under this scheme, a health insurance of 5 lakh rupees per family is provided. Next, as per the third advance estimate of the area and production of various horticulture crops for financial year 24, the total horticulture production in India for FY24 is projected to be around how much? It is projected to be around 353.19 million tons, and this is as per the third edition of the advanced estimates for FY24. This is the total horticulture production that is expected, and we are seeing a decrease of 0.6% as compared to the last year, that is FY23. Also, the total area under horticulture crop has expanded to 28.98 million hectares of area. Next, which organization has recently collaborated with Indian Army and hosted two major events? These are the important events, and I want all the students watching this video to take a note of this. HIM Drone-a-thon and HIMTech 2024. Where they were hosted? They were hosted in the states of Ladakh. This is also important. Now let's move to this HIM Drone-a-thon. As we know that hackathon is there, right? What is a hackathon? A problem statement is given, and on the basis of that problem statement, various solutions is provided. Correct. So similarly, this HIM Drone-a-thon, this is a type of a hackathon only that is based on drones, and here various problem statements related to the drones will be provided, and solutions for that will be provided by various organizations. Right. This was held from 17th to 18th of September in 2024. It was held at Vari La, that is in Leh. Then if we talk about this HIMTech, remember this HIMTech basically it is focusing on cutting edge technologies, various products, various solutions for our high altitude areas. Correct. So technologies related to high altitude areas were discussed under this event HIMTech, and HIM Drone-a-thon where drones related problem statements was provided. So which organization has collaborated with the Indian Army for this? It is FICCI, that is Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Next is name the country that has recently become the first country in the world to receive the WHO verification for eliminating leprosy. Right? So it is Jordan. Correct. WHO, they officially verified Jordan as the first country in the world to have eliminated leprosy disease. This leprosy disease is also known by the name Hansen's disease. Right, this is a chronic infectious disease that is caused by bacteria by the name Mycobacterium leprae. This is the name of the bacteria with which this leprosy is caused. Next, who was sworn in as the 8th Chief Minister of Delhi in September 2024? So recently, Atishi has been sworn in as the 8th Chief Minister of Delhi after Arvind Kejriwal, he resigned. Arvind Kejriwal was the 7th Chief Minister of Delhi. He resigned the position from the Chief Minister, right? And now Atishi, she became the 3rd women Chief Minister of Delhi. Mark this also. Next, who has been recently elected as the President of Sri Lanka? So, Anura Kumara Disanke has been elected as the President of Sri Lanka now and is the 9th President of Sri Lanka. He will succeed Jayant Jayasuriya as the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo, Sri Lanka, right? Correct. Jayant Jayasuriya, remember, he is the Chief Justice, correct? And he was sworn in by the Chief Justice of Sri Lanka, Jayant Jayasuriya. Which state has recently topped the 6th edition of the State Food Safety Index developed by FASAI? So which is that state that secured the top position? It is Kerala that has secured the top position in the 6th edition of the State Food Safety Index developed by FASAI. Correct? Mark it, important. And here Kerala has achieved over 100% of their inspections target for FY25. Moving on. Name the movie that was recently entered into the 97th Academy Awards, that is your Oscars 2025, for the Best International Feature Film category. It is which? Tell me. Name that movie. What is the name of that movie? The movie is named as Lapata Ladies. Right? This Lapata Lady is the India's official entry to Oscars 2025, that is the 97th Academy Award that will be held on 2nd of March 2025 in Los Angeles, California. Moving on, name the space capsule which landed in Kazakhstan with Roscosmos cosmonauts Nikolai Chubb and Oleg Konakov and NASA's astronaut Tracy Dyson from the International Space Station in September 2024. So what is the name of that space capsule that landed in Kazakhstan with 2 cosmonauts of Roscosmos, that is Russia's space agency, and one astronaut from the NASA space agency? The name of it is Soyuz MS-25. They landed from International Space Station. Then one more thing, remember Rumi 1, remember this is the, or we can say it was India that has successfully used the first reusable hybrid rocket, and the name of that rocket is Rumi 1, very important, right? Then apart from this, Daiichi 4, remember it is Japan that launched this Earth observation satellite by the name Daiichi 4, not 1, Daiichi 4. Next, which country has recently assumed the chairmanship of the Asian Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions for 24 to 27 term? So which country has assumed the chairmanship here? It is our India that has assumed the chairmanship here of this Asian Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions for 2024 to 2027 term, and Girish Chandra Murmu has been serving as the 14th Comptroller and Auditor General of India since August 2020. Apart from this, the 16th assembly of this ASO SCI was hosted by the Chief Comptroller General of India that was held in New Delhi. Next is which state has recently started 530 crore rupees water supply project funded by Asian Development Bank to improve the drinking water infrastructure? It is Tripura, right? Manik Shah, he is the Chief Minister of Tripura, and he laid the foundation for the Asian Development Bank funded 350 crore rupees project that is for the supply of clean drinking water. This project will be helping more than 12 cities of Tripura, and you will be seeing here various communities of Tripura will also be taught about the water harvesting techniques, irrigation techniques, so that they can benefit and they can be skilled in these water harvesting techniques. Who has been recently appointed as the 16th Prime Minister of Sri Lanka by Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayake? So Harini Ambrasurya has been appointed as the 16th Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Next, which country recently won the gold medal in the both open and women's section of the 45th International Chess Federation Chess Olympiad held in Hungary, Budapest? So which country won the gold medal here? It is our country, India, that has won the gold medal in the both open and women's category. Correct? And it is the first time that any country from the Asia has won the both women and open title in this championship. And where was this held? It was held in Budapest, Hungary. Next, name the naval exercise that was hosted by the Portuguese Navy in collaboration with NATO in Peninsula, Portugal. It is REPMUS, right? This is the name of the exercise. The full form of this REPMUS is Robotic Experimentation and Prototyping Using Maritime Unmanned System. This is a naval exercise hosted by the Portuguese Navy in collaboration with NATO and various international partners. Next, which organization or ministry has recently established the Rail Rakshak Dal in Northwestern Railway Zone to respond to railway accidents and conduct various rescue operations? It is Indian Railways. Our Indian Railways has recently established this Rail Rakshak Dal. Next, according to the recent SBI's ERD report, ERD is your Economic Research Department report. It is released by SBI, right? According to this, the average annual exponential growth has dropped to dash in 2024. See, the average exponential growth in population has reduced to 1%. That means on an average now yearly we are growing at 1%. If we take a data of 1971, we were growing by 2.2% annually, but now in 2024 we can say we are growing at 1% annually, right? The expected population of our India is between 138 to 142 crore, and it was in 2024. Also, it is expected that India's population will peak in 2062. Next, name the first scheduled airline to launch the from UP that was recently received the NOC from the Ministry of Civil Aviation. So what is the name of that first scheduled airline to be launched from the UP airport that recently received the NOC from the Ministry of Civil Aviation? So what is the name of that airline? It is Shankya. Take a note of this, very important. And they have received the NOC from Ministry of Civil Aviation for the next 3 years. Next, Which country has recently won the 4th edition of Intercontinental Cup 2024 football title by defeating India 3-0 at the Gandhi Mohan Chandra Balayogi Athletic Stadium, that is in Hyderabad, Telangana. So it is Syria. Syria is the name of the country that has won this 4th International Continental Cup of football. Remember this Intercontinental Cup, it is played between India, Syria and Mauritius. Important. And this was the 4th edition of it. Next, which brand is the official sponsor of the International Federation of Association FIFA's Women's World Cup 2024 in Brazil? So which brand is the official sponsor? It is Lay's. Lay's, you know, very famous chip brand, snacks brand, right? They are the official sponsor of the FIFA's Women's World Cup 2027 that will be held in Brazil. Correct? And I correct one more thing. Take a note of this, right? If we are talking about FIFA World Cup 2026 and FIFA Women's World Cup 2027, for both of them, Lay's is your brand sponsor, title sponsor here. Correct? Next, what is the name of the supercomputer that was recently launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi? So the name of that supercomputer is PM Pram Rudra, and 3 such supercomputers were launched. One will be placed in Pune, one in New Delhi, and another in Kolkata, West Bengal. Also remember, a project worth 850 crore rupees has been also established that will help us to indicate the meteorological capabilities, all in simple terms, to predict the climate. This Ministry of Earth Science will be spending 850 crore rupees for this supercomputer. Next, which insurance company has recently launched a comprehensive health insurance plan, that is Health Super Top-Up Policy? It is SBI General Insurance Company Limited. They have launched this SBIG Health Super Top-Up Plan, which is a health insurance add-on plan designed to enhance the existing basic health insurance coverage in an economical and affordable way. This will range from 5 lakh rupees to 4 crore rupees, and in the case of emergency, you will be able to top up your health insurance in an affordable way. Next, which company has recently launched CRISIL IBX AAA NBFC Index June 2027 fund, that is an open-ended target maturity index fund. Focus on this word, maturity. So when will be the maturity? It will be in the month of June 2027. So this will be an maturity index fund. What is the name of the company that has launched this? It is Axis Asset Management Company Limited that has launched this Target Maturity Index Fund, and it became the first NBFC to launch this. This is a AAA rated fund. That means it will be quite secure, and 95 to 100% of the amount here will be in the fixed income instruments. Next, who was recently elected as the new Prime Minister of Japan? So Shigeru Ishiba. Shigeru Ishiba was recently elected as the new Prime Minister of Japan. He will be succeeding whom? Fumio Kishida. Next, which country has recently won the gold medal in the first Asia Pacific Paddle Cup held in Bali, Indonesia? So it was in Indonesia where this first edition of the Paddle Cup was held. Paddle, basically remember, it is similar to that of a tennis only, but it is played in the closed court, and it was the first ever paddle competition that was held in Asia Pacific region, and it is Indonesia that has won the gold medal here in this event. Next, which city will host the 2026 Commonwealth Games now? So now it will be Glasgow, Scotland that will be hosting this 2026 Commonwealth Games. Earlier it was Australia, but they have backed out from this, that now they won't be hosting it. So we can say now Glasgow, Scotland will be hosting the 2026 Commonwealth Games, and it will be for the second time in the last 12 years that they will be hosting these events. Next is, which company has recently launched India's first AI-powered network solution for spam detection? It is Airtel. Airtel is that company that launched the India's first AI-powered network solution for spam detection that will significantly solve the issue of spam calls and messages for their customers. Next, and the last question for the day, students, is which authority has recently approved the merger of IDFC Financial Holdings Company Limited with IDFC Limited, which will subsequently merge into IDFC First Bank? It is NCLT, that is National Company Law Tribunal. The company is in the process of applying for availing certified true copy of NCLT order and the completion of the registry statutory, correct, in order to make the scheme effective. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be very beneficial in your learning. Next, name the European Space Agency's new heavy lift rocket that has been recently launched into space for the first time from Europe's spaceport in French Guiana. Name of that is Ariane 6. Correct, it is ESA, European Space Agency. Their new heavy lift rocket has been launched into space for the first time. Correct, and French Guiana was an observer department of France in South Africa from where this was launched. This is a 63-meter tall rocket and it has been built with an estimate of 4 billion euros. Next, name the company that recently launched 4 new anti-drone products, namely Hawkeye, Barbaric, Sthirstep 640 and Prashastha. So which is that company? They have launched these 4 new anti-drone products. So they have been launched by Zen Technologies Limited. Correct, and remember here Hawkeye, this is a state-of-the-art anti-drone system with various sensor detection modules. Correct. Also, if we talk about this Barbaric is the world's lightest remote controlled weapon station. Then if we talk about Prasastha, this is an autonomous quadruped that uses light detection and ranging, that is LiDAR technology. So question can be asked, which of the following is a product that has been launched by Zen Technologies Limited that uses LiDAR technology? It is Prasastha. Correct. This will be used basically for real-time 3D terrain mapping and also for navigation and threat assessment. Next, which company recently received the authorization from InSpace to provide ground station as a service? So which is that organization? It is Dhruva Space Private Limited. They have received the authorization from InSpace to provide GSAS, that is ground station as a service. Right? Also remember, this will enable to provide crucial ground support and also will enable real-time satellite communication and control on the ground. Next, scientists from Dash have recently generated the first underseas map of Ram Setu or Adams Bridge using the laser technology from NASA's ICE-SAT-2. So these are the scientists from NASA, right? And they have recently generated the first undersea map of the Ram Setu. This is India, this is Sri Lanka, and this is your Ram Setu. This is also known as your Adams Bridge, and the underground map of this Ram Setu bridge has been recently developed using the laser technology from the NASA's ICE-SAT-2 satellite, and this has been done by the scientists from NASA. Next, which space organization has recently discovered 6 new exoplanets, and these are the name of these 6 new exoplanets that have been recently discovered. So they were discovered by the scientists of NASA. Next, name the new high-resolution optical Earth observation satellite that was recently launched by China into space on board using Long March 4B carrier rocket from its Taiwan Satellite Launch Center. So what is the name of that high-resolution Earth observation satellite? It is Gaofen 1105, and this is of China. Take a note of this. Next, which organization has recently launched EcoZen, that is Asia's first low-carbon green zinc? So it is Hindustan Zinc Limited. They have launched this EcoZen, that is the Asia's first low-carbon green zinc. This is manufactured using renewable energy and making its carbon footprint about 75% lower than the global average. Next, what is the name of the giant planet orbiting a nearby star similar to Sun, which was recently discovered by a team of astronomers including the IIT Kanpur assistant professor Prashant Pathak? So what is the name of that giant planet orbiting nearby star similar to that of Sun? It is Epsilon Indi AB. And remember the name of the scientist also, that is assistant professor at IIT Kanpur Prashant Pathak, who recently discovered it, Epsilon Indi AB.
Then again, next question is, which ministry has notified the Post Office Act of 2023 that became effective from 18th of June? It is Ministry of Communication that has notified the Post Office Act of 2023 that became effective from 18th of June 2024. Next, in June 24, Union Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship partnered with which country to boost India's agriculture sector with emerging skills? It is Australia. Next, which state's tourism board has recently launched Prime Minister Shri Paratan Vayu Seva, that is an interstate air service that connects the state's religious and tourist spots by air. So which is that state? It is Madhya Pradesh state. They have launched this scheme, that is PM Shri Paratan Vayu Seva, or we can say a air taxi scheme. Right? I repeat, Pradhan Mantri Shri Paratan Vayu Seva scheme launched by Madhya Pradesh. Next, which airport has recently received the license extension from the Directorate General of Civil Aviation for a period of 5 years? So, which is that airport? It is Maharshi Valmiki International Airport of Ayodhya, UP, and they have been granted a license for a period of 5 years. And this is an international airport. Also remember the Jewar airport, that will also be in UP, and it will also be an international airport. Next, name the state that has recently launched the first of its kind centralized admission portal for admission to the undergraduate courses in the state government colleges and recognized universities. It is West Bengal. Next, the Government of India has notified that some sections of the Telecommunication Act of 23 are set to be effective from 26th of June 2024. Next is which of the following points are correct with respect to the three new criminal laws that came into effect on 1st of July 2024. If we look at the options, all these three are rightly mentioned. Which are the three laws? Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, and Bharatiya Sakshya Abhidhiyan Act. All these three acts will be coming into effect from 1st of July 2024. These are the three new criminal laws. Next, the Bureau of Indian Standard introduced two new standards, that is IS 18590 and IS 18606, to enhance the safety and quality of dash in India. This is to enhance the safety and quality of electric vehicles in India. Next, which educational research institute has recently received a license from India affiliate of the Institute of Risk Management to set up India's first and East India's only global center for enterprise risk management, that is ERM. So which educational research institution has received this license? It is Sri Sri University of Odisha. Correct? Take a note of this. This provides the students with the access to IRMs, that is Institute of Risk Management's global resource and training, that allow them to develop various skills in risk informed business such as leadership, entrepreneurship, corporate management, and so on. Next, which Indian state is set to establish the Jatayu Conservation and Breeding Centers? That's the world's first conservation and breeding center for Asian king vultures. That is Uttar Pradesh. Right? This is the Indian state that is set to establish Jatayu Conservation and Breeding Centers. That is the world's first conservation and breeding center for Asian king vultures. Name the company or organization that has recently partnered with Moschip and Socionext for the design and development of a high performance computing processor system on a chip called AUM. So what is the name of that organization? It is Center for Development of Advanced Computing, also known as CDAC. Right, this AUM processor is based on the ARM technology and built on TMSC 5 nanometer technology node. This partnership will design, develop and produce indigenous HPC processor in terms of the global standards. Next, name the spacecraft that has recently become India's first space-based solar observatory mission to complete the first halo orbit around the Sun-Earth Lagrange 1 point. What is the name of the spacecraft that was placed on this L1 point to study the surface of Sun? What is the name of that mission? It is Aditya L1 mission. It was launched by ISRO. Correct? And it has recently completed the first halo orbit around the Sun-Earth L1 point, that is Lagrange 1 point. And this Aditya L1 will study the surface of the Sun. Next, name the organization that recently, in partnership with Blue Origin, announced India as a partner nation in their human spaceflight program. What is the name of that organization? It is SERA, Space Exploration and Research Agency. They have recently partnered with Blue Origin and have announced India as their partner nation in their human spaceflight program. Right? Under this partnership, SERA will
offer citizens from across the world 6 seats on future missions of New Shepard Blue Origin's reusable suborbital rocket. Beside India, Nigeria, Maldives, they have been allotted with a seat on this mission of Blue Origin. And here the rockets, or here these astronauts, 6 selected astronauts, will be on a fly mission of 11 minutes into the space using this Shepard rocket of New Origin or Blue Origin. Next, NASA is set to launch a telescope that has been named Dash in 2040 to find proof of extraterrestrial life that are aliens and inhabited planets beyond our solar system. So, what is the name of that telescope? It is Habitable Worlds Observatory. This is the name of the telescope that will be launched by NASA. It will be launched in 2040 and it will be studying aliens. It will be finding the life or extraterrestrial life, and it will be finding aliens and inhabited planets that are beyond our solar system. Next, in July, Roscosmos, that is Russia's space organization, they have approved the schedule for the creation of Russian orbital station by which year? So this Russian orbital station will be scheduled to be completed by 2033 and it will be a space station of Russia. Your homework is name the space station of India. Right, there will be 5 modules in this space station of Russia, and when will be the first module launched and what is the expected date? Also give me the name of this space station. This is your homework. Next, Turkey, they have launched the first indigenously developed communication satellite by the name Turksat 6A through space exploration technologies Falcon 9 rocket. Question asked is that this Turksat 6A has been developed by which organization? So this Turksat 6A is developed by Aselsan. Right, it is developed by Aselsan.
Next, in June, Union Health Minister Jagat Prakash Nadda, that is JP Nadda, launched the National Dash campaign. So JP Nadda ji has launched the Stop Diarrhea campaign 2024. Also remember, there was a slogan for this campaign that was launched. The slogan is डायरिया की रोकथाम, सफाई और ORS से रखें अपना ध्यान. And here Union Health Minister Jagat Prakash Nadda, that is JP Nadda ji, launched this campaign. So stop diarrhea. Next, name the Union Minister who recently launched the Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveler Program to expedite the immigration process for pre-verified Indian nationals and overseas citizens of India cardholders. So who any individual who is a pre-verified Indian national and having the or other is overseas citizens of India cardholders, they will be allowed to make entry into the airports, right? Basically we can say that will be a fast track immigration process that will reduce the time for the immigration process, and it will be a much quicker way so that all the process of immigration is taken in a quick manner. That will reduce the time for the passengers to board on the flight. So question asked is, who is that Union Minister who launched this Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveler Program? It was launched by Amit Shah, who is our Union Home Minister. In June 24, the Department of Telecommunication has introduced Dash for making service and transactional voice calls. So the Department of Telecommunication has introduced what? They have introduced 160 series for making service and transactional calls. Next, Software Technology Parks of India, an autonomous society that comes under the Dash, celebrated their 33rd Foundation Day on 6th of June under the theme that is positioning Bharat as a tech product nation. So Software Technology Park of India, an autonomous body that comes under the Ministry of Electronics, Information and Technology, celebrated their 33rd foundation on 6th of June 2024. And here you can see the theme of this day. Next, Narendra Modi was sworn in as the Prime Minister of India for the third consecutive time after the BJP-led NDA got the majority in the which edition of Lok Sabha elections. So they were the 18th edition of Lok Sabha election, and this is the third consecutive time Prime Minister Narendra Modi was appointed as the PM of India. Next, who has recently become the Indian Navy's first women helicopter pilot? Name that pilot. Anamika Rajiv. Right, she became the Indian Navy's first women helicopter pilot. Anamika Rajiv. Next, which organization has recently launched the AIM ICDK Water Challenge 4.0 and the 5th edition of the Innovation for You aims to foster innovation and sustainability in India. This is Niti Aayog, right? Niti Aayog, this is the organization that launched this AIM ICDK Water Challenge 4.0 and the fifth edition of the Innovations for You that aims to foster innovation and sustainability in India. Next, which state has become the first in India to announce 1 crore rupees in insurance compensation for employees who passed away in road accidents? That will be Karnataka. Right? Karnataka state became the first state in India to announce 1 crore rupees compensation in insurance for the employees who passed away in road accidents. Next, in June, the Government of India extended the Digital Health Incentive Scheme by a year up to what? It has been extended up to 30th of June 2025. Earlier, it was finishing on 30th of June 2024, but now it has been increased. Also, remember, as a part of the scheme, the hospitals will receive 20 rupees per patient for digitizing the health records and linking them with Aadhaar ID. Next, which state secretariat has recently become the India's first eco-friendly state government headquarter? It is of Assam state, right? Assam secretariat became the India's first green state government headquarter with the inauguration of 2.5 megawatt solar project on the campus of Janta Bhavan in Dispur, Guwahati, Assam. This secretariat complex will now run solely on the solar power installed with using 12.5 crore rupees of fund. Next, which central public sector undertaking has recently received the Navratna status from the Department of Public Enterprise under the Ministry of Finance? It is which? Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. Take a note of this. Moving on, name the central public sector undertaking that has recently received the Mini Ratna Category 1 status from the Department of Public Enterprise under the Ministry of Finance. It is Central Electronics Limited, CEL. Next, which ministry has recently launched a nationwide campaign on tobacco-free educational institution? This will be our Ministry of Education, MOE. Next, in June, South India's first and largest leopard safari was launched at the Bannerghata Biological Park. Question asked is this, where is this Bannerghata Biological Park located? It is located in the state of Karnataka. So friends, these are your important current affairs. If you like the session, do hit the like button. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial in your learning.